Good afternoon, everybody. Finally, apologies, folks. The gremlins kicked in early this afternoon. We had to do a full reboot of all of our systems. Not too sure what happened back there, guys and girls, but it seems to be all working now. So a very warm welcome to all of our pack members and everybody else that's joined in to the Painted Dog afternoon safari. Very good to have you all with us. Very excited because what we're doing right now, everybody, is heading back to the epic find we had this morning. The Pride had killed a zebra early hours this morning, we reckon. A fully grown zebra, and they'd eaten about half of it. We also had the male lions, and they actually weren't too far away from where the females were, but hadn't located the lionesses yet or the carcass. So I'm very excited to get back in there now this afternoon and see what's happened over the course of the day. Have the male lions discovered this carcass? Have they taken over? It's going to be very interesting if they have, and we'll find out soon enough, folks, because we're pretty close to where that carcass was this morning. Quite a bit of fun getting in there, to be honest. It's very, very rocky, this section where they brought down the zebra. Pretty close to where we darted the rhino, which we removed the wire fencing off of its neck. A similar area, so we're getting close to that now, folks. I'm just going to quickly greet our pack members on the private channel. Good afternoon, Carol, Brandy, Elsa, Ian, Betty, Jan, Brandy, Michael. Good afternoon, Shanann. Hello, everybody. I like your sentiments there, Michael. Start with gremlins and end with leopard cubs. Why not? That would be fun. But let's get stuck into where these lions were lost this morning, folks. Let's see what's happening here. I'm also interested to see if the vultures found this carcass. Where the lionesses had dragged their kill was in a good spot. They dragged it underneath a couple of combretum trees, bushveld trees. They dashed pretty well. But as we know, vultures have incredible eyesight, so every possibility the vultures may have seen all the lions sleeping there and may have come in a bit closer and then spotted the carcass. So perhaps we might get some birds of prey around this carcass this afternoon as well, which will also be fantastic. So now just coming into the open Sodek area. I mentioned before, this is where we darted the white rhino bull that had the wire fencing around his neck. This is where he eventually came to rest once the drugs kicked in, once he was darted by Dr. Pete Rogers. Ah, look at that. That's a vulture coming in here. Ah, look at that. That's lots of vultures. There we go. You see the others?
The other vultures?
Is this tablet working yet?
Nope.
Okay. So you see the vultures out there, Basil? They're up in the tree. So a whole bunch of birds have located this carcass, everybody, which would make me think that there's a very high probability that the male lions have located it as well. I mentioned that the male lions were sleeping not too far from where the lionesses made their kill. Only about 600-700 yards from where the kill is where the male lions were, and they almost certainly would have seen all of these vultures descending to this point. And lions know exactly what that means. They know there's a carcass around, and they'll always go in to investigate to try and take over that carcass. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, everybody, if the male lions are now feeding on this zebra. Just get my binoculars out and have a quick look at the birds there. presumably a whole bunch of white-backed. There's a couple of hooded vultures that I can see up there as well. They've got the very small head and very narrow beak, thin beak, the hooded vultures. And the white-backed vultures will be the larger birds with the bigger heads, bigger beaks. And of course all still sitting up in the trees, because almost certainly a whole bunch of lions at the base of these trees feeding on that zebra. Let's get in a bit closer, shall we? Let's go see what's happening. Very chuffed that there's a couple of vultures for us to have a look at as well. Now, while we were here this morning, we also heard hyena vocalizing a bit further south of us, so halfway between where we are now and our camp. We heard a single hyena calling. And there's every possibility that there could be a hyena or two lying around here close by, hoping to pick up on scraps. Keep a lookout. It would also be incredible if we came across some spotted hyenas. Good afternoon, Ashley. Lovely to have you with us. Glad you could join us. Very excited to see what's happening here. Right, time to engage low range full live. The first little bit through here isn't too bad, and I suspect there might be some lions lying out in the open here in the shade, just resting, the ones that aren't feeding. Well spotted, Basil. As I say that, everybody, here's one of the lionesses. Hello, you beautiful girl. Just resting in the shade. You can see she's still breathing quite heavily. She's obviously got a full belly. There's only 5 lionesses here at the moment, everybody. So the 6th member of the pride is still elsewhere. One of the younger females, not with the pride here. So we had all 5 of them fat-bellied this morning. We still had 1 or 2 of them feeding while we were with them this morning, but eventually they all then abandoned the carcass just by about 20 yards and went to sleep in the shade. So they've been digesting the whole day. There's also water not too far from where we are. Lemunduran Krip is pretty close by, and that's where they were going to drink today. Where is she off to? Oh, look at the size of that belly. Absolutely gorged herself. Oh yes, Jan has just reminded me, everybody, it is Bucket's 4th birthday today. So a momentous day for Bucket the lioness. She is 4 years old today, and presumably for her birthday has a belly full of zebra. While we're at it, everybody, we've decided that this week's keyword is going to be bucket. So for those of you interested in getting your hands on a high resolution image, one of the guides, Painted Dog Guides, awesome photographs in high resolution sent to you, please submit the keyword bucket. That's our keyword for the week. I can't tell whether that is bucket that's lying over there with that fat belly going up and down, trying to digest that zebra. Very nice. Right, let's move in closer. Get closer to the carcass, see who else we might find. I think I saw another lioness's head back there. So 2 of the lionesses might be sleeping there. Now they'll also probably move away from the carcass if the males are here, just to avoid conflict entirely. They'll just come and sleep, you know, a little ways off from carcass. They might always go back, you know, and check again, see if the males are full and not feeding, then they'll try and the scraps. But as I was saying before, everybody, there's only about 50% of this carcass remaining this morning. So if the male lions have got to this carcass, I suspect there's going to be very little left. So this morning we left the 5 females all resting here, this point right here. I don't see any of them here now, so perhaps they're all back there. Oh, there's a vulture just flying off here. Oh, there's a male lion. Wow, look at him. He's got a fat belly. He's definitely been feeding. So there we go, everybody. The male lions have found this carcass. Oh, I can hear growling at the carcass. Probably the other 2 males busy feeding there. Let's just see where this guy's going. I think he's heading off. He's had his fill. Let's get him going off here. No, he's gone. Yeah, that male lion's heading off, everybody. He's had his fill. Incredible, eh? So the male lions have found the carcass. Probably all thanks to the vultures turning up. I'm not going to get in this way. Let's try a different route. I'll take the route I took this morning. The very, very bumpy route that I took this morning. It is the only way to get up there though. Watch your side here, Basil. Oh my goodness, just driven right by some very, very fresh lion scat. Might be that big male that's just walked off, might be his scat. Oh dear. As you can tell, everybody, it's a lot of fun getting up here. Let's just see what I'm dealing with here. Two males are indeed feeding here, everybody. Standing by.
Negative.
There we go, everybody. Look at that. So it's the injured male lion and one of the ginger males busy feeding right now, everybody. Bit of growling there. Very interesting, hey? We've been talking about how the injured male lion has managed to avoid conflict with his brothers and managed to keep himself well fed all at the same time. But it's moments like these where he's most at risk of being attacked. But yet he's right up in the face of his brother here, feeding together with him. Betty, to answer your question about the missing female, no, we don't think it's Nyaleti, the one that we topped up with a contraception. We think it's one of the younger females that's not with the pride at the moment.
Sometimes lot of
Good afternoon, Di. Lovely to have you with us. As you can clearly see right now, 2 of the 3 male lions are busy feeding on a zebra carcass. A zebra which was brought down by the lionesses sometime last night, early this morning. Listen to that growling. Incredible. You can actually see the mane of the zebra popping up there every time that ginger male lion pulls the carcass. So pretty close to the head. Oh, listen to that crunch. So clearly the lionesses have vacated the area quite a bit. I do think we saw 2 lionesses back there, obviously only one clearly on camera, but just as we were driving off I thought I saw the head of another lioness back there. I don't think the other 3 are there though. I think the other 3 may have now headed off entirely and gone to Lamunda and Krip for a drink.
Kevin getting mobile, any updates?
Sorry everybody, I'm having problems with my radio. I'm just trying to communicate with the outside world of the amazing scene that we have right here, right now. That growling is so intense, eh? And at any moment, the ginger male might explode with aggression towards his brother there. Then you're really going to hear some noise. It's amazing how regularly these male lions find their pride on their kills and rob them of their kills. They really do have a knack of finding them. Of course, their senses are incredible. Amazing sense of smell, hearing and eyesight. So they use those senses to locate the pride, picking up on the faintest smell of, the lionesses themselves, but also these carcasses from a distance off. Oh, there you go. Injured male got up. Look at that belly. He's had a good feed. Just busy urinating. Be interesting to see if he moves off or if he tries to go back to the carcass. If he tries to go back, he might get growled at and might get a smack through the face from his brother. think he's gone with the smarter choice here, everybody. He's had a big feed. The southern male's busy dealing with the mane of the zebra, getting the hair stuck in his mouth, which he's not too happy about. That's an interesting snarl. Be awesome to see if he doesn't reposition the carcass now. Maybe try and turn it and get to another cut of meat, another section of meat. Oh man, there we go. Jeez, there's nothing left, eh? It's just the head and neck. Top half of the neck. Very good question you've just asked there, Michael, about the mane of the injured male and why it's deteriorated so much. I don't actually know the exact answer for you. I suspect quite a bit of the mane has been damaged and removed by his brothers when they've fought with him. But there's something else that's going on there. It's certainly not only from the fighting. There's been very little fighting the last couple of months between these three males. So, yeah, he's eating well, but his body condition is still not perfect.
Station with the rhino, can I approach? Yeah, you can.
You can hear the flesh being pulled off the neck there. Oh, these cats are powerful, eh? That head, neck and spine still weighs a good weight, everybody, and he just picks it up like it's a rag. We saw that as well this morning with one of the lionesses. Also incredible power. She managed to flip the whole carcass over to the other side, and that was when it was still half a carcass, half a zebra. It's getting a bit of bone in there. Our stations, sorry, I apologise, I am having issues with my radio, but just an update on the lions. The three male lions have taken over the zebra carcass off Deep Krunkel. There was visual of two lionesses sleeping in the Sodic area east of the carcass. One station here. So absorbed by these male lions feeding here that I forgot about the vultures, everybody. But there are some that we can see here. I think Basil will be able to show them to you. Can you get them through there, Basil?
Yeah.
So the two most common species that we find at these carcasses out here, everybody, the white-backed vulture and the hooded vulture in picture up there. The hooded vulture is the one sitting highest on the dead branch off to the left. You'll see the much smaller head and narrow beak. A specialist at cracking bones for bone marrow, the hooded vulture, but will obviously also eat bits of meat, sinew. And then you've got the white-backed vultures, the bigger birds with the big, powerful beaks.
I'm looking for you. Where did you leave those Madura and Gala this morning?
And they feed on, obviously, the bulk of the
I
flesh.
left the Madura and Gala on South South. South of
Obviously,
Limondori.
no one's getting my updates.
Between Limondori and Boss Park.
Okay, copy that, thank you. I'm going to try and relocate.
Your last station, can you copy me?
I'm passing code in there now. I'm coming that side.
Can any stations copy me? Won't be long, everybody, before there's literally nothing left here. These vultures are going to miss out here today. These male lions and the lionesses have picked the zebra carcass clean. There'll still be a little bit left, of course, around the ribs and on the spine for the birds to pick off, but they probably won't be able to pick it off today or this evening. They'll have to wait for morning before they'll have that opportunity. Those birds won't come down here at night. And so they've got to hope that the lions move off and no other predator comes along, like hyena or leopard.
Those male lions have gone to where the females had that zebra carcass. They're on the western side between Deep Kronkel Track and Mamba Kronkel Pad on the northern side of the eroded area.
So I just messaged Kevin privately now to ask him to relay the update of what we've got here, everybody, to the rest of the vehicles that are out on drive this afternoon. So I suspect there's going to be quite a lot of traffic headed this way now. I know that a couple of the other commercial vehicles are interested in seeing the lions. Kevin's on his way to us now, but it's been so wonderful to have it all to ourselves for the first bit of the drive here. Cheers, Jan. Thank you for joining us. Sorry you have to hop off, but very happy you got to see this amazing scene before you left us. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Oh, there's a good look. He's getting tired now. Requires a lot of energy to feed, particularly when you're getting towards the end of the carcass and the scraps of meat are more difficult to pick off. These lions will get quite tired having to work hard to remove the flesh. The third male hasn't returned, hey? He's headed off entirely, so he might have headed towards the Munda and Krip for a drink. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the vehicles coming past there now doesn't give an update of lions at that water. It's the closest water source to us here. It's really not far. It's only about 500 yards, maybe 600 yards to the water. Listen to that heavy breathing. He's exhausted. The injured male's just got up. Just repositioning. He's done for now. He's moving off. What's the injured male going to do here now? This guy's probably going to go for water. I wonder now if this injured male isn't going to try and get one last feed in before he heads off. Carol, I see you've just brought up the good news from this morning. I unfortunately have, well, it's not bad news, but some different news to what I think you're referring to this morning. The cheetah with 2 cubs. Turns out that cheetah with the 2 cubs was not our female, our young female cheetah with her cubs on our side, on our reserve. It turns out it was actually the BCC, the Blue Canyon Conservancy female, with two tiny little cubs that were on the other side of the fence. Sandy located them again after Dumi had left the area, and it's actually, it's not our cheetah, it's a different female that resides on the BCC, and Sandy reported that the cubs were really tiny. So great news for cheetah as a whole, but not the kind of news we were all hoping for, an update on our female and her two older cubs. It wasn't them that was located this morning, so they're still out there somewhere, hopefully, the other two cubs. You can see this injured male still glancing back down towards where his brothers have headed off. Wonder if he's interested in catching up with them or whether he is going to feed again. We'll just stay here a little while longer, everybody, and then might head back down to where the other lions have headed to. Hopefully we'll get out of here unscathed with all of these rocks. Yeah, I was going to bring that up as well, Carol. The fact that that female, obviously, the one that was seen this morning, the BCC female, has lost 3 of her cubs. It is possible, of course, that the other 3 might have been close by to where the mother was. Sandy obviously couldn't get to them. They were on the other side of the fence. So cannot confirm for sure that the other 3 cubs are no longer, but it certainly looks that way. Sandy only saw 2 little cubs with mom there.
Headed down into the area of the
He's looking at that carcass, he's thinking about it.
Baba Kevin, your radio was sounding funny. We couldn't hear you. Some of them, one of the males, possibly both, the 2 of the males have headed to the eroded area near mid-Cronkle Track, so they're more visible now. The females are there, some of them too.
He's thinking about something. He's thinking about the other lions, I think. But then again, he's glancing back at the carcass. Probably caught in 2 minds here. You probably find that he also delays movement quite a lot because of his injury. Janine, yes, the cheetah with the 2 cubs that was seen this morning were on the neighbouring property, on the Blue Canyon Conservancy. So not our cheetah. But still good news, of course, that there are some cheetah cubs that are still around. And hopefully ours are still thriving out here. What are you going to do, big guy? Nothing just yet. Oh, just heard growling now behind us. So obviously one of the males is getting quite close to the lionesses. They've just had a bit of a squabble back there. Oh wow, did you hear that, everybody? Big squabble erupting behind us here. The injured male, listening to all of that, will be quite happy he's up here and not involved in that. I think we should head down there though, everybody. Try head down there. See if we can turn around here first. Glanced back again at that injured male, and he's just laid down. He's not moving at all. Alrighty, we've made it out of the rocks. Certainly very, very rocky up there, which I suspect also was a big help to those lionesses when they brought down that zebra, everyone. There's also a lot of eroded gullies here, so they would have chased that zebra through here, and that zebra obviously just got caught up with the gullies and the rocks, and the lions caught up to it before tackling it and suffocating it. Shannon, I think you're getting confused with leopard and cheetah. So the leopard dragged a carcass, a female leopard dragged a carcass into the exotics farm, and I suspect it's the pregnant leopard, or the leopard that I think has now given birth to her cubs. So yeah, that's the leopard that did that on the western fence line. And then on the eastern fence line this morning, there was the sighting of a female cheetah with her 2 little cubs on the other side of the fence, the Blue Canyon Conservancy. Where is Kevin? I know he's sitting with the other lions. There they are. See them through there. Looks like it's going to be pretty awesome viewing over there though, everybody. It looks like they've all come out in the open, the rest of the lions here. And I think I heard correctly that Kevin said he's got 5 lionesses there. So they're all back together, the lionesses, I think. Yeah, I can see already 3 lionesses in there. Say again?
I can't see that it's an older female, but I can't see it.
Huh. That's interesting. Let's just go a bit more forward here, everybody, and try and get a better picture of all the lions here. Nakogunja. So we're sitting here now with Kevin and Greer, everybody, and they watched the behavior we could hear while we were sitting up there. And they say that the 2 males were squabbling over this lioness that's lying here very close to this male, which is very interesting indeed, almost as if she was showing signs of being in estrus. We don't know that for certain. Oh, really? So Kevin says she's definitely showing signs. That's very interesting. Shannon, a brain frog. That's the first time I've ever heard that term. Oh, that's cool. No, don't worry, we all have them, Shannon. We all have them. They eventually get you at some stage. Yes, listen to the panting of this male. He has gorged himself.
Breaking the lock.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 lionesses here, everybody. Basil's just going to try and get the camera back on its stand here quick. Try and get some more stability. Well done, Basil, for your hard efforts today, but I know it's been tricky. Interesting now, one of the lionesses is just heading off. She's returning to the carcass. So she's obviously hoping that she might still get more out of that carcass. She's obviously going to run into the injured male up there, and he'll take offense to her approaching.
Bucket's birthday today.
Yeah, that's what we're just busy chatting about. Everybody wants me to sing happy birthday.
This is
the one that's just stood up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So just busy chatting
Bucket's birthday.
about Bucket again, everybody. Basil, just quickly, can you tell is Bucket in picture here?
No. I'm white.
So the lioness standing up here, everybody. Apologies, Basil's just busy dealing with a big acacia tree that's jabbing him in his back here. So the lioness standing up is Bucket, everybody. So the happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bucket. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray, hip 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 hooray.
If they want to learn about Bucket, then go to Painted Dog's YouTube channel and search for Bucket.
It's exactly what I was just thinking now, Shannon. It's very interesting that this lioness is now still showing signs, even after her treatment. This does look like Nyaleti. It's lying here behind this male. And I saw you made the point earlier, Michael, that Nyaleti isn't, particularly old either. She doesn't look old. Basil, don't worry, but I'll go forward. Careful there. That better? Awesome. She did flop over mid-chorus. She didn't find it very impressive. Oh, this is just so beautiful. Dumi's just busy trying to guide in one of the other vehicles that's trying to come and see the lions.
The first 10 after deep slot. Take that to track south.
Oh. Don't know if he maybe went up towards. My radio's not working. Not sure. Alright everybody, just to update you all, there's quite a lot of vehicle traffic that's starting to build up now. So we've obviously been so spoilt here this afternoon, and I'm going to allow one of the other vehicles to come and take our spot here. Don't want to overcrowd the lines too much. So we're going to head off shortly just to make space for one of the other vehicles to come in here. So enjoy these last few moments with the Pride and the males. We obviously will connect with them again soon enough.
I'll be pulling out for the other car.
I'm going to leave as well, Greer. I'm going to leave as well.
We'll get the other car to come in, so we'll pull out. Because the other one is joining already.
Michael, to answer your question, if that does happen, well, then our pride's going to grow and we'll have to deal with that later. There's nothing, we can do now immediately. So if they do mate, well, we probably, I would imagine we'll let the pride grow. I don't know, we'll chat to Kevin about that. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens over time. Another lioness has just got up and headed off everybody back towards the carcass. But I doubt they're going to get anything because that injured male is still up there. Still I'm sure guarding that carcass. He won't let them in there. Anyway, what a magical start to our afternoon. Whew. That was something. I hope you all enjoyed that. We certainly did. Incredible. Some very happy lions back there, everybody. Everybody's had their fill from that zebra. Obviously that is a big animal, a big carcass, lots to go around. You definitely won't need to eat for at least the next 24 hours. But of course they are opportunistic predators, so you never know. Might catch something else, but I doubt it. Those lionesses are full. So are the males. Full to the brim. And they're just going to sleep this one off. Afternoon, everybody.
Is the lino there?
We did. You're going to see them now. That's hilarious. One of the guests in the vehicle that I've just driven past. Did you see a lion over there? She's obviously quite worried that she hasn't seen the lions yet, but she's in for a wonderful treat. She's about to see a whole bunch of lions. Oh dear. Cool. So, see, you know. The next concern is, you know, are we drought with El Nino? Drought coming, we are behind on annual rainfall. So that's another factor. If we went line, what sort of pressure, you know, that concern. I'm sure it'll bounce back, and we can. So, you know, we have maybe for in regards to could once they're of the right age. Okay. Sorry everybody, I don't think I just said all in this little stretch. Let's get out and then I'll get back to chatting. Oh dear, gremlins. Okay, no worries everybody. Hopefully the gremlins are gone now. VM, how's my audio now? We good? So we're just going past Lemunda and Krip here now everybody. This is the waterhole where the lions have been repeatedly drinking. over the course of today. I'm sure they'll be back here pretty soon as well, once they move off from their current position. I hope you all can hear me now. Back. Thanks, Carol. Right, so what I was just saying back in there, everybody, is, you know, if Nialeti is indeed going to fall pregnant, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Obviously, we'd all be very happy to have more cubs again. I think the one concern, though, is that with El Nino around and the lack of rain that we've had so far this year, the bigger concern is the drought and how that's going to affect the carrying capacity and the dent that a larger pride would then have, would be a concern. So yeah, I think we'll just have to see what happens if she does fall pregnant, if she has cubs. The reality is we can move those cubs off of this reserve once they get to the right age. You know, whether they're male or female doesn't matter. We could really quite easily move them to another reserve elsewhere. Just busy scanning along this beautiful road, Lemundurang Road, just to see if anybody was walking up towards us, but nothing yet. I'm going to head down towards Kudu Krip here, everybody. Just go have a look and see if anybody's drinking there, and from there probably head towards Leipad Dam, that beautiful waterhole, for the last bit of our drive this evening. See if there's any activity around there. Yes, indeed, Carol. They have repaired the reservoir. They've sealed up those cracks. So I'm sure they'll be filling it again pretty soon. So bet your money on the fact that the elephants are going to be back feeding in this area and drinking here regularly again. I'd certainly love to find the elephants right now. So a perfect time for leopard, everybody. Yes, I said it. Leopard. Never going to stop saying it. And we know that this female leopard likes this little waterhole here, Kudu Krip. Certainly, Betty. I'm certain the giraffe drink there regularly as well. In fact, not too long ago, before the reservoir was drained, I saw a whole bunch of giraffe headed that way. I didn't actually see them drinking, but they'll definitely drink out of there. There's often a lot of life around that waterhole, around that reservoir. Especially once the reservoir is filled, there's often a lot of overflow, and then just about everybody else, of course, can gain access to that water. Just coming up to Kudu Crypt now here, folks. This little waterhole here. Nobody home. Just going to hop off the vehicle, folks. I want to just have a look around here for tracks. Lots of general game tracks. And a couple of white rhino. Not too fresh, however, the rhino tracks. Probably from yesterday. No tracks of our leopard. Make our way towards Leopard Dam. It's just a bush. It got dark early tonight, eh? Really hope we might get some exciting nocturnal activity tonight, everybody. Oh, Dacre just sprang across the road there. Common Dacre. Just making sure there isn't a leopard behind that Dacre. I think it was spooked by us. a look at the weather earlier today, everybody, and VM actually posted a picture of a tropical storm that's headed our way. Should get to us by Wednesday, by the looks of things, if it doesn't break up. I'm really hoping that's going to be the case, because we need water out here badly. It's very dry again. Obviously, in terms of drinking water, the animals are still okay, with all the man-made water holes on the reserve. And the big water holes, like the one we're headed to now, still have a lot of water in them. But it's the long-term effects on the vegetation that we're more concerned about. The predators, of course, don't have any issues when it's a drought. In fact, they thrive during a drought.
Where are you? Still in the center of Bengala. But we are a distance away from them. Okay, so still is great. Which area am I saying? I come from southern side. Yeah, come from the southern side. My guess 11 brings up that on our right that time.
Oh dear. Just listening to the radio, it sounds like one of the commercial vehicles has picked up 2 punctures in the lion sighting, so presumably tried to get up to where the carcass was, and my guess have picked up sidewall punctures on their tyres, which is a bit of a disaster, especially because it's 2 tyres. So he's just calling out to one of the other commercial vehicles to come and assist, basically with lending him a tyre, because he'll obviously only have the one spare. He'll need another. Yeah, exactly, Carol. And he's in the dark and he's close to those lions. So that's going to be interesting. Fortunately, Kevin is in the area as well. He's still with the lions, so Kevin can just monitor the lions and see if they head their way. I'm sure they'll be okay. Enough helping hands out there. Kevin now getting involved there. Sounds like what they're going to do is they're going to move the guests off the vehicle first, out of the area where the lions are, and then attempt to replace the 2 tires on that truck, which will be a lot easier. Get the guests out of harm's way, but at the same time make it a lot easier for the guides to jack the vehicle up and get those tires off and put the new ones on. I've been in similar situations many times. It's always a bit nerve-wracking. Right, everybody. We are just coming up late now. Just green here. Is that a hippo? Certainly sounded like it. It is. Mom and calf. Oh, that's awesome. Calf is busy trying to climb up on Mom's back there at the moment. Oh, that's a treat, everybody. Just lovely seeing the hippos again. And I don't know if Basil's capturing it in the shot. He might be, he might not be, but there's a whole bunch of nightjars busy drinking in the dam as well. Now the nightjars drink on the wing, so they just come down and, like swallows, just scoop up water. There's got to be,
I picked them up on TikTok.
oh brilliant, so there's got to be maybe 10 birds right now flying around the water. Unreal. There, you can hear the calling now, the fiery neck nightjar. Oh, what a beautiful spot this is. I love this dam. I love this waterhole. Obviously made so much sweeter this evening with the hippos and the nightjars. But like you say, Betty, the most beautiful views here. Yeah, I do love that call. Sets of eyes to the south of the dam, which we'll go and investigate now, everybody. Very small though, so I don't think it's, I think it could be Dacre. I don't think it's anything too big. Look at these nightjars. Amazing watching them drink like this. Those eyes are gone now. It might have actually even been 2 different nightjars sitting just off the ground that I'd spotted back there. Oh, some ducks. Comb ducks just flew overhead. Hippos are coming closer. Wonder if they're not going to try and leave the water now that it's got dark or darker. Cheers, Michael. Thanks for joining us, bud. Wonderful to have you with us. Carol's saying she can't see anything, Basil. Is the exposure up?
Yeah, the exposure can go up on its light.
Yeah, there's not much else we can do about it apparently, Carol, so sorry about that. I don't know if you can see the hippos now. They have come right to the edge here. But anyway, I am going to move on, everybody, and make space for these hippos because I think they like to come out here, and we're just going to interrupt them and get in their way if we stay where we are here. Let them come out of the water in peace.
I just want to find out if you got my audio. I'm on Monday from the park at the moment. I can't hear you. It's about to go there.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got to see some of the hippos, everybody, and yeah, exactly, Mary, don't want to interrupt them leaving the water and going to feed. Come on, bush babies, where are you? Bush babies have been very elusive this season. Amazing. Thought I heard something moving in this little thicket. Something small. But I can't see it. Maybe it was a cane rat. Often find them around water. Just thinking back now to the last time we saw a bush baby, or at least the last time I can remember seeing a bush baby, and it was actually on this road. It's just up ahead here, where we'd come across two of them. Like the bush babies, that was when we heard the black rhino fighting. And then we shot off and got a brief glimpse of the black rhino running away from us in the dark. That all happened just around the bend up here. Maybe we'll get lucky with that same family of bush babies again along here. Betty, I see you asking about why some of the lodges call the water bottles bush babies. The only bush babies that I know of that they're referring to when you're at the camps are their hot water bottles that they often give out to guests during the winter months when it's very cold. Yeah, and obviously don't know why they get that nickname. Thought I heard something moving in there. It's all quiet. Copy. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Mary, Betty. That's why they call them the bush babies, is because they are wrapped usually in something warm and fuzzy, usually khaki in colour. They are a wonderful treat though when you're out on a cold, early morning winter game drive. They certainly come in handy. Oh, Carol, yes, you got to be careful of the internet. It's a dangerous place. Stars have just come out now. It's a beautiful evening out here, everybody. Another thing we're absolutely spoilt with in this country is the stargazing, particularly when you're up here in the Kruger Park region and, you know, these private game reserves where there's very little light pollution. So wonderful to just sit out in the dark and gaze up to the amazing night sky we have here. Scoopy. Yes, indeed, Betty, you can see the Southern Cross up there. Yeah, it's just above the horizon at the moment. Just coming up now. Always helpful when you're driving around in the bush to have the Southern Cross at night to keep your bearings. Well, sadly everybody, we're going to have to wait for another day to get our bush babies. We have run out of time this evening, but it has certainly been a lot of fun. And I've certainly loved it. Those lions were incredible. Just really, really beautiful and wonderful sharing all of that with all of you. Thank you so much to everybody that joined us this afternoon, our pack members. Thank you for your support. Don't forget that keyword, everybody, bucket. Happy birthday, bucket. Thanks everybody, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'll see some of you tomorrow afternoon again. Bye for now, folks.